Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om. Devotees, so we have been seeing Narada Bhakti Sutra, and Bhakti is the eternal relationship between the eternal Jivatma and the eternal Paramatma. As an individual, we are reflections of pure consciousness on this body, mind, and individuality. The three bodies, the Sthula Sharira, physical body, Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, Karana Sharira, causal body. Now, these bodies are part of the and the Sukshma Sharira, and then that reflects on the Sthula Sharira. Now, as individuals, we are the reflection of pure consciousness on Karna Sharira. This is called Jivatma. Now, the Jivatma has two sides. One is while facing the Prakriti, the individuality is there. The other side, when we face the pure consciousness, then we have the relationship with the Supreme. So, when we look out towards this physical world, including this body, mind, everything, we wrongly identify ourselves with this three bodies, and we consider the problems of those three bodies as our own problems, and that is the whole problem of samsara. Actually, samsara is not there. There is no samsara at all. It is only by wrong identification of ourselves with the three bodies that we wrongly take up samsara onto ourselves. It is unreal. It is just in the mind only. In reality, we have got nothing to do with these three bodies. We are just witness to this whole drama of life. This entire world is like a movie which is shown in front of us. We are pure consciousness. We are the audience. We are the screen. We are just witnessing the movie. In front of us, Ishvara shows this entire movie, and there will be comedy in it. There will be tragedy in it. There will be all kinds of things happening. We are never affected by the movie. It is just a movie, and as pure consciousness, we are just witness, and we are never affected by the movie. Now, unfortunately, due to avidya, ignorance, we have started identifying with a particular character in this movie, assuming that is ourselves, and assuming all the happenings to that character in the movie as if it is happening to us, and going through the ups and downs of life of that particular character. We are owning it up wrongly and going through suffering as a consequence. The suffering is just a mental aberration. It is because of wrong mental attitude that we are going through this suffering. So, the scriptures, there is a beautiful example which people give in Pravachanas. Suppose there is a house, and so one of a old house is there, which there is a father and there are two sons, and as a joint family, and they decide, okay, this house is there, old house. We will buy this old house and we will construct our new dream house in that place. Now, they had planned to buy, and then the father, like they said, okay, we have signed everything, everything is there. So now this house belongs to us. Now, till they actually bought that house, whatever happens in that house doesn't bother them, right? Now, let us say before they bought the house, they have been just thinking of buying the house, but then they have not actually bought it. Now, suppose there is a fire in the house, or there is a theft in the house, or something happens because it's already a kind of dilapidated houses. Like some repair work is needed. They are planning to do it, but then nothing that happens to the house actually affects these people because they don't think that house belongs to them. But the moment they have done the registration and everything, now immediately whatever happens to that house, now they think it is like their thing. It happens to them. They are really bothered about it. And after buying the house, they look at it carefully, and then they find that like, no, this is not worth. So let us sell it off. And so they have already found a buyer, and everything is fixed. And the son, like there was a fire in the house, and then the son was saying, "Hey, house is on fire, house is on fire." And then he was panicking, and he saw that his brother was standing and watching the house burning without any botheration. Then he said, like, "Hey, Bhaiya, like, house is on fire. How are you? Our house is on fire. How are you watching like this?" And this brother said, like, "Hey, no, nothing. It's anyway old house. Already insurance, everything is there, and we are anyway going to sell it. So it doesn't matter." So basically, like both the brothers, the same house burning, one brother is panicking, the another brother is not panicking. Why? Because this brother has, the brother who panics, he has the idea, oh, this is our house and our things and everything is burning, it's creating a great loss, so he is panicking. Now the other brother, like, he doesn't have this sense of I-ness, he doesn't, or belonging, the mamakara, minus is not there. And so he says, oh, it's okay, doesn't matter, like doesn't create any loss even if the house burns. So he's not panicked. So basically, so whatever happens is the same, and it is our attachment or detachment to the world that causes us either sorrow or doesn't disturb us. This is the truth. So that is why, right, the bandha and moksha are in the mind only, right? Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. So the mind is the cause of both bondage and liberation. So this we have to understand. And we have to understand that in reality, I am pure consciousness. I am just a witness to everything that happens in this world. This whole world, this whole life, including this body, mind, relatives, everything, these are all just a movie which is shown by Ishvara to me. And everything happens by Ishvara's will. I just have to watch the movie. Now, what is the purpose of the movie? The purpose of the movie is education, to become wise. So the whole goal of human life is not pleasure. The whole goal of human life is wisdom. So the movie creates vairagya in me. Now, that is why, like, there's a beautiful doha by Kabir Das. Those who some people chant the name of the Lord only when there is a problem. And so they get problems in life. Some people chant the name of the Lord even when there is no problem, in gratitude, and the Lord doesn't feel any necessity to give them any problems. So go, the whole world is designed to push us towards Ishvara, to push us towards Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya. The world is designed for that. The world is not designed for pleasure. The world is not designed for pleasure. Pleasure is not the goal of life. So the world will have pleasure, pain, ups and downs, everything. Now, why does life have so many ups and downs? Because the goal of life is wisdom. Because the goal of life is Vairagya. And to develop Vairagya in us, the Lord gives us all these ups and downs of life. So, now, if we show, if we demonstrate in our life, if we manifest in our life Jnana, Bhakti and Vairagya, even without any problems in life, even when everything is fine, chant the name of the Lord. Doesn't matter what happens in life, right? Keep chanting the name of the Lord. Remember the Lord always. Be grateful to the Lord. And life will not bother you at all. The ups and downs of life will not touch you, will not bother you if you hold on to the Lord, right? So that is what Gita says, Anityam, Asukam, Lokam, Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. This world is Anityam. There is no security in this world. This world is Asukam. There is no pleasure in this world. Imam Prapya. Now that you have come here, Bhajasvamam. Worship me. Pray to me, surrender to me, right? So the purpose of life is to surrender to the Lord. And if we don't do it by ourselves voluntarily, life will give us situations to make us surrender to the Lord. And sometimes that will be painful. So what do? Instead of waiting for tragedies to come in life to surrender to the Lord, now only understand who am I, who is Ishvara, and pray to the Lord, surrender to the Lord, and develop Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya, and life will be smooth, right? So in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we can see this life is a mansion of mirth to people who have got Vairagya, whereas life is a tragedy for people who don't have Vairagya. So it's like a swimming pool, for a person who knows how to swim, the swimming pool is a playground. But for a person who doesn't know how to swim, the swimming pool can be the cause of death and danger. So life is exactly like that. With Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya, you have nothing to worry. Sri Ramakrishna used to repeatedly say, before diving into the sea, rub your body with turmeric. Then you don't need to fear the crocodiles, the 6 crocodiles, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, right? The Shatripu. That is the problem. Now, if you smear your body with Jnana, Bhakti and Vairagya, then none of those crocodiles can hurt you. So that is the way to live. That is why Sri Ramakrishna always keeps saying, first develop Bhakti towards the Lord, then enter the world. He gives another example, rub your hand with oil before cutting open the jackfruit. Now, you want to enjoy the jackfruit. So, if you directly start handling this jackfruit, this world, then it will become sticky. Your hand, that sticky juice will stick all over your hand and it will create a lot of suffering. So, what do? First, smear your hand with the oil of Jnana, Bhakti and Vairagya, and then you touch the jackfruit. Jackfruit is this world, right? Then it will not stick to you. He says, the boat can be in the water, but water should not be in the boat, right? You have to handle the world. There is no option. You have to handle the world. But the world should not be inside you, right? Be in the world, but don't be worldly. That is the entire advice of Sri Ramakrishna. That is the advice of Gita. That is the advice of the Upanishads, Narada Bhakti Sutras. All these things basically give the same advice. Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya. Develop these three and then handle the world. Then there won't be any problem. That is the crux of the whole thing. And we have seen Sri Ramakrishna summarizes the sadhana, how to develop this, how to develop Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya, right? So he gives summary of the whole thing. 5 points he has listed. Seek holy company, discriminate between permanent and transient, constantly chant the name of God and do all your duties with detachment, and meditate in solitude occasionally. So we have seen this. So this is the summary of the sadhana as prescribed by Sri Ramakrishna, which is actually a summary of Narada Bhakti Sutras only, which we will see. As we see, we will see how true it is. And we have already covered the first 4 topics, right? So we defined what is bhakti, and then what is renunciation, why renunciation is important, and then various exemplars of divine love, various aspects, the four sadhanas of divine love as given in the Gita 12th chapter, which also has been propagated by different acharyas. And then the highest goal of human life, we saw how bhakti is the highest goal. All other sadhanas, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, and jnana yoga, how they are means to bhakti as the highest goal of human life, we saw in the last class. So today we will proceed further. So the 5th topic, 5th chapter is how to attain supreme love. And the verses 34 to 42 describe that. And the summary of that is renunciation of sense objects, renunciation of attachments, uninterrupted chanting, company of holy people. Right? So basically, whatever we have seen as the 5 points of Sri Ramakrishna, 4 of those points are covered here in it. So that is what we have already seen, right? So whatever this chapter actually, if you see, it is exactly a restatement of whatever Sri Ramakrishna told, or rather, Sri Ramakrishna, he has told whatever the contents of this chapter in the first teaching to Mahendranath Gupta. So let us go into the sutras. 34th sutra. Tasyaha sadhanani gayanti acharyaha. Acharyaha. Okay, plural. Okay. So tasyaya sadhanani gayanti acharyaha. So the teachers sing the means, the various sadhanas. And what is the basic thing to be attained? Tattu, it's however attained by, or what is attained by all the sadhanas? Vishayatyagat, Sangatyagat cha. So Vishayatyaga and Sangatyaga. Vishayatyaga is attachment, engagement with sense objects, right? Sangatyaga is attachment. So basically these two, this is the primary thing to be developed. Basically Vairagya, right? Vairagya is again presented as the core means. So now there is a question which some people ask. So you are saying, I am already the Atman, I am pure consciousness, then why should we do sadhana, right? And you are saying the world is Maya, then if the world is Maya, then isn't sadhana also Maya? Isn't all worship and chanting and doing various austerities, everything is Maya, Sarvam Maya, right? So how can Maya solve the problem of Maya? Some people ask, they say no, so no sadhana is needed. They wrongly, there is an idea that no sadhana is needed You can just read, understand, and you can realize. Now, we have seen that that is only for Uttama Adhikari. For a person who already has Jnana, Bhakti, and Vairagya, for that person, directly Shravana, Shastra Shravana, Manana will immediately give the phala, give liberation. But for a person who is a Mandha Adhikari, who doesn't have sufficient Jnana, Bhakti, and Vairagya, for that person, he has to do sadhana. Sadhana is needed. So, Swami Yatishwaranandaji gives a very beautiful example. Now, there was a person who was a drunkard, and every day he used to go to the wine shop, to the bar to drink, the tavern to drink. And he used to drink, get drunk, and then go home. He used to keep doing this. Now the people noticed that he was always carrying one wooden box with some holes on the sides, like which is used to carry animals. He was always carrying a wooden box with him whenever he went to the bar to drink. So people asked him, "Hey, what are you carrying in this wooden box?" So then he said, "See, I have a fear of snakes. And when I drink, when I get drunk, then I get very, very afraid of snakes. And because when I get drunk, I see snakes everywhere. I see snakes all around me whenever I get drunk. And I become really scared, and I used to suffer a lot." And I said, "Okay, fine. So what are you carrying in this?" He says, "I'm carrying a mongoose in this. So whenever I get drunk, now I'm not afraid of the snakes because I have got a mongoose." And he says, in fact, because of the mongoose, the snakes don't even come. The snakes don't even come because the mongoose is there. Earlier, I used to see snakes whenever I get drunk. And now I'm carrying a mongoose. So now snakes don't come. Then the person said, "Hey, what a fool you are. See, you see snakes only when you get drunk. Those snakes are unreal. Why do you need to carry a mongoose for that?" And then this person said, "I am not such that fool. This is actually an empty box. When I am sober, when I am not drunk, this is an empty box. When I get drunk, I see a mongoose in this. When I get drunk, I see a mongoose in this box, and snakes don't come. When I'm not drunk, this is an empty box." So when the person said, "The snakes are only in your mind," this person said, "Yeah, the mongoose is also only in my mind." So, yes, bondage is unreal. This is all Maya. But then, as long as you are in Maya, you need sadhana, which is also Maya only. All sadhana is in this relative world only. So a Maya sadhana is needed to tackle this Maya bandha. Right? The bandha is Maya and sadhana is also Maya. But as long as you feel the bandha, you need to do sadhana. Right? So, what is the sadhana to be done? Avritta bhajanat. So, uninterrupted chanting. Right? When loke api bhagavad guna shravana kirtanat. Right? So, even while doing worldly duties, hearing and singing the glories of the Lord. Because when you say bhajanat, you are chanting. When you are in the puja room, when you are doing meditation, anyway you will be doing japa. You will be thinking about the Lord, you will be chanting the name of the Lord. So that is anyway taken for granted. So what is important is, even when doing worldly duties, you need to hear and sing the glories of the Lord. So that is what we have seen in the first 2-3 classes, how to follow how to do japa, how to follow bhakti yoga. So we said 24/7 do japa. That is the way. That is what this sutra says, right? Avyavritta bhajanat, right? Avya avritta bhajanat, uninterrupted chanting. So the moment you know you are awake, start chanting. Even before you open your eyes, even before you get out of bed, people often say, oh, can we do chanting in the bed? Can we do chanting without brushing our teeth? Can we do chanting without taking bath? Now, for Nama Japa, all those restrictions don't apply. You don't need to worry. The moment you know you are awake, start chanting, right? And then before eating anything, chant, offer to the Lord. And people may say, oh, okay, can we offer anything to the Lord? How can some foods are impure, some food is pure? Doesn't matter. If it is fit for you to eat, it is fit to offer to the Lord. And anyway, by eating a food, you are actually offering it to the Lord who is in the stomach. So whether you like it or not, every act of eating is an offering to the Lord in the stomach. Krishna says in the 15th chapter, right? So I am the fire in the body, right? So basically, like aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritah, he says, right? I am vaishvanaro bhutva, right? Being the life force in the body. Praninam deham ashritah, right? I live in the body of all living beings. The life force is the Lord only. Pranapana samayukta pachamyannam chaturvidam. So I sit in the lungs and I keep breathing in and out, and I sit in the stomach and I digest the food. So whatever food you offer into your mouth, there is a homakunda in your stomach which burns all the food, which digests all the food. And that homakunda is the Lord himself. So whatever food you eat is actually an offering to the Lord in the form of the life force in this body. So, which is, whether you think about it or not, it is an offering. And if you think about it, if you're conscious of it, then it gives you spiritual benefits also. So before eating anything, whatever it is, you mentally chant your mantra a few times and offer to the Lord. And we said, while doing activities which don't take the mind fully, then you chant the name of the Lord, right? So a lot of activities that we do in life, like brushing our teeth, cooking, walking, even so many of the work that we do don't actually require our full attention. And all those works, all those gaps, fill it with chanting the name of the Lord. If you have seen elephants, the Mahot always gives a grass or a chain or a stick to the trunk of the elephant. Because if you don't do that, the elephant will stretch his trunk and start pulling things from around. So if you want to walk the elephant through the bazaar to go from the temple to the elephant shed, like if you don't give something to the elephant's trunk, it will pull everything in the bazaar. It will create a big chaos. The mind is like that. If you don't give anything to the mind will pick up all kinds of things and start thinking about them. So always engage the mind in the name of the Lord. Never leave the mind idle, right? So all the free cycles of the mind, because when you're reading a book, when you're talking to someone, you need to focus. All your focus has to be there. You can do only one thing at a time. Now, but there are activities which are more physical than mental. So in that cases, your mind is free. And in those cases, you chant the name of the Lord. And similarly, before going to bed, the moment you have decided to sleep, chant the name of the Lord. Doesn't matter in what condition you are sleeping. So the moment you say, okay, now I'll going to sleep, close your eyes, keep chanting the name of the Lord, and keep drift into sleep while chanting the name of the Lord mentally. So this way, uninterrupted chanting, right? Sri Ramakrishna gives lot of examples in the gospel. He talks about how the women, the village women, when they carry water from a distant river to their house, so they'll fill the pot with water, put that pot on top of their head, and keep chatting, keep talking with each other as they walk towards the home. And they don't even need to hold that. They'll just balance it. They're so used to it. The pot will just stand on their head. They'll just take one cloth, make a round out of it, and then keep it on the head, put the pot on top of that, and they'll balance it and keep talking. They'll be carrying maybe another pot in their hip also, and then they will come. So now, subconsciously, a part of their mind is on that pot on the head, right? So that it will not fall down. So he gives this example. And another example he gives as the women of of the who have this grains, who sell grains. So there will be this machine which will keep pounding, and they'll be pushing the grain into the center so that the husk gets removed by pounding. And while keep pushing their grains with their hand, with the other hand they'll be feeding the baby, and they will also be bargaining with the customer on the price. Now, while doing so many work simultaneously, the main part of their mind is with the pushing the grains to the end, to the pounding machine, because if they miss it, their hand will get pounded. The hand will get crushed if they make a mistake. So their mind is actually on the pounding machine only, while they are doing so many other work. So this example also Sri Ramakrishna gives in the gospel. I'll give you one modern example, like which actually happened to me. I remember, so I used to travel in the bus from home to office. This was several years back, maybe 10 years back. Those days, no UPI, and and 2000 rupees was still in vogue before demonetization. So I got into the bus, and it takes about 1 hour to go from house to the office. Bus charge was 65 rupees. That day I did not have change. And while entering into the bus, I asked the conductor, see, I have only 2000 rupees. Do you have change? He said, yeah, change is there. You get into the bus. I will give you change, the conductor told. I got into the bus, sat. Now, what happened? I got into the bus, and so I gave the 2000 rupees. He gave me the ticket, and behind the ticket, he wrote balance to be given and gave it to me and said, before getting down, you collect the balance from me. So now, for a 65 rupees ticket, I have given a 2000 rupees note. Now, before getting down, I should not forget to get the change back. And normally what I do, moment I get into the bus, either I will read a book if I am fresh, or I'll just fall asleep. And when the bus nears the destination bus stop, I'll wake up and get down and go. Now, that day, I could not sleep because I was constantly thinking I should not forget to get the change. I should not forget to get the change. Because the moment you got down, like that's it, 2000 rupees gone if I missed getting the change. So, in a way, I was actually throughout that 1 hour, I was meditating on the 2000 rupees that I should not miss to get the change. While reading the book, I was reading a book, I was doing like I I was just saying, okay, I should not fall asleep because I might forget if I fall asleep. So so now the mind, that's what is meant here also, right? The Lord is our treasure. We should never forget our treasure. If we forget it, we will miss it, right? So even while doing all the worldly work, even while doing all the duties, never forget the goal of life. Never forget your real relationship, which is the Lord, right? That's what we chant, no? Tvameva dravinam, right? Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva. Dravinam is treasure. The Lord is the true treasure, right? Knowledge of the Lord is true vidya. Sri Ramakrishna, in the first meeting with Mahendranath Gupta, he says, knowing God is true knowledge. All other knowledge is as good as ignorance, right? So the purpose of life is to realize God. Now, missing that, if we engage ourselves in so many other things, it is a like we might have achieved so many things in this world, but they don't come with us, they don't hold anything, they don't really matter, right? So Sri Ramakrishna says, only when you put a 1 before the zeros, those zeros have value. This entire world and all your achievements in this world, all your engagement in this world, all your pursuits in this world have meaning only if you have developed Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya. That is the 1 in front of the zeros. Without Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya, any achievement in this world, any pursuit in this world is only 0. Why is it 0? Because it doesn't contribute to our spiritual life, which is the permanent goal. Other relationships are only temporary relationships. Our entire relationship in this world, which are based on this body and mind, are only temporary relationships. Our true relationship is with Ishvara alone. That if we remember, then everything will fall into place, right? So, Avyavrita Bhajanat, right? Uninterrupted chanting, which basically means Loke Api, even while doing worldly duties. How do you remember the Lord? Hearing and singing the glories of the Lord. Mukyatastu, Mukyataha tu. So Mukyatastu, Mahat Kripaya Eva, Bhagavat Kripa Leshatva. So, the most important thing, however, is the grace of great people and a little grace of the Lord, right? So, we have seen in the Bhagavatam, King Rahugana is going to Kapila to get instructions on spiritual life. And on the way, the Lord has decided to bless him. So, Jadabarada is there sitting on the side of the road, and the people who are carrying the palanquin of King Rahugana find that one of the palanquin bearers is sick, so they want a replacement, and they see this stout young man there on the side of the road. They ask him, carry the palanquin. He carries. Now, while carrying the palanquin, while walking, there are some ants, some insects on the ground, on the road. He doesn't want to stamp them, so he goes sideways here while stepping his leg. And because of that creates a break in the rhythm of the carrier, parenchyma carriers, and because of that, there is a jerk felt by the king whenever this person keeps stepping aside. And king asks what happened. Then they say this new guy who is carrying the palanquin is not walking properly. And then the king talks to him, and then Jadabharata asks the king, which one you are asking to move properly, the body or the thing? And Jadabharata gives a reply, which basically makes the king surprised, that it is indicating that I am the Atman, I am not this body. Then immediately Raghugana gets down, falls at the feet of Jadabharata and asks him to explain more. And Jadabharata gives the beautiful discourse. At the end of the Jadabharata Upakhyanam, the teaching of Jadabharata, Raghugana asks one question. He says, see, I also have been trying to attain the truth. I have been trying to meet so many sadhus, and I've been going to doing sadhana, I've been whatever is possible, but I have not attained. How did you attain the truth? Because Raghugana is already a sadhaka. He says, I have been trying, I have been doing sadhana, but I have not attained, you have attained. What is the difference? How did you attain? And as reply to that question, Jadabharata tells King Raghugana, right? Mahat Pada Rajo Abhishekam. So Mahat Pada Raja Abhishekam. Raja means the dust of the feet. Dust. Raja means dust. Mahat Pada Raja, the dust of the feet of the holy people. Mahat Pada Raja Abhishekam. Abhishekam means like you put it on your head. If your head is, sprinkled with the dust of the holy feet of great people, then you will get the truth. It's only by the grace of great people that you can get the truth. The truth is so simple, it is so trivial that we always overlook. It's just an overlook of the truth. What is the truth? I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not an individual. I am pure witness, I am pure consciousness. This entire universe is a movie which is projected in front of me by the Lord. This movie does not touch me, I am not affected by this movie, and the entire movie runs by the will of the Lord. I am a mere witness to this movie. The Lord is the only permanent thing. Now, this is the truth. I am pure consciousness. I am a mere witness to this entire drama of life. Everything happens by the will of the Lord. I am not affected by anything that happens in this world. This is the truth. Now, this I am pure consciousness, right? That has to happen by a flash of intuitive understanding, which happens by the grace of the Guru and the company of holy people. As we engage in the sadhana, we expose ourselves to the teaching. When there is sufficient jnana, bhakti, vairagya, and when there is sufficient grace of the Guru, then the knowledge will flash in our mind, and in one flash we will understand everything, and then rest of it will be only reassurances and reconfirmation of the truth that we have understood. So now that will happen by the grace of the great people only. So that's what he says. Mahat sangatu durlabaha agamyaha amogha cha. But the company of great people is difficult to get, and it is very subtle, and it is but it is infallible. Still, it is subtle and infallible, but it is very difficult to get. Durlabha. Okay. So, how do we get it? Labhyate api tat kripaya eva. The holy company is got by the grace of the Lord. Right? So, if you, that is the beauty here, right? How do you get Atma Jnanam? By the grace of the Guru. How do you get the grace of the Guru? By grace of God. How do you get grace of God? By sadhana. So you do spiritual sadhana to get the grace of Ishvara, and by that grace of Ishvara, you will get the company of holy people, you will get the grace of a Guru, and by the grace of the Guru, you get knowledge. Directly, knowledge cannot come from Ishvara. Right? Directly, knowledge cannot come from Ishvara. It has to come through the Guru only. There may be some exceptions. For everything, there is an exception. So there may be some exception, because the moment we say you need a Guru to attain Atma Jnanam, immediately people will say, what about Ramana Maharishi? Right? And Ramana Maharishi himself says, maybe I did sadhana in my previous births. So he himself gives the explanation for that. So we should not take exceptions, and we should not say, oh, we are all like Ramana Maharishi. No. For normal people, for the most of the cases, the grace of Guru is needed. Repeated listening to Shastras as taught by the teachers is needed for an extended period of time to get Atma Jnanam. Atma Jnanam happens in a flash, but for that aha moment to come, you need to do sadhana, and you need to expose yourself to the Vedantic teaching for a continuous period of time under the guidance of an able Guru. So when all these things are fall into place, then Atma Jnanam will happen. So that is what is given here. So by the grace of the Lord, holy company is attainable, because holy company is so difficult to get. By holy company, you will get Atma Jnanam. Tasmin tat jane bheda abhavat. Tasmin tat jane bheda abhavat. So between the Lord and his devotees, there is no difference, right? Now, what do you mean by between Lord and his devotees there is no difference? The last class I gave you the example of a movie. Now, this entire universe is a movie which is projected by the Lord. In the movies, there will be thief, there will be police, there will be judge, there will be so many people. Now, each person will have their own dialogues. Though the Lord has created this entire movie, he has written the dialogues for everyone. His actual teaching is not reflected in all the dialogues of all the characters. His real teaching is put into the mouths of the holy people in this movie. The movie has certain sadhus. This world has sadhus. And in the words of the sadhus, through the words of the sadhus, Ishvara teaches us. So, the dialogues of the thief is also from the Lord only. The dialogues from the police is also from the Lord only. The dialogues from the judge is also from the Lord only. But none of these dialogues have contained the teaching of the Lord. The Lord speaks to us through the mouths of the sadhus and the scriptures. The sadhus basically explain the scriptures, right? So that is why we say there is no difference between the Lord and his devotees. Because immediately people will ask the question, then is there difference between the Lord and other people? Advaita, everything is the Lord. Then how can you say there is difference between the Lord and other people? What is special about his devotees? Yeah. So from the highest point of view, there is no difference between the Lord and any part of his creation. But then when we want to learn from the actual words of Ishvara, the teaching of Ishvara, the teaching of Ishvara comes from the mouths of his devotees, the mouths of these saints. So when our objective is teaching, we want to listen to the teaching of the Lord. There is no difference between the Lord and his devotees. Because what do the devotees teach? Bhagavan Uvacha. As Krishna says, the Gita says, Bhagavan Uvacha. They only teach whatever the Lord says. So there is no difference between the Lord and his devotees. Tadeva sadhyatam, tadeva sadhyatam. So it is told twice to emphasize. Right? So tad, that is the holy company of holy people. Tat eva sadhyatam, should be sought after. So then Ishvara's company, holy company is emphasized here, because Ishvara Kripa is the means by which you get Sadhu Sangha. By Sadhu Sangha, you get Atma Jnanam, Ishvara Jnanam, Bhakti, Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya will come by Sadhu Sangha. That's why, like in the Bhagavatam, the story of Gajendra Moksha, that indicates this. So there was this Pandya king, right? So Indradvaja, I think Indradyamuna. His name was Indradyamuna. And so he was a king. He was a Pandya king in the Tamil Nadu region. And Agastya was his guru. And Indradyamna was used to worship Vishnu every day with golden lotuses. So he had made, his guru Agastya had taught him how to do puja. And he had created a form of Vishnu, got it done. And every day he used to worship the Lord with 108 golden lotuses. He had made 108 golden lotuses. So he used to chant the name of the Lord a few times and keep one lotus. Again, chant the name of the Lord a few times and keep another lotus. So like this, he used to worship the Lord with 108 golden lotuses. And he used to be very proud of that. He never used to miss even one day this worship. So he was very proud of it, that he is very sincere in his worship. He is worshipping the Lord with golden lotuses. And he was getting proud. And at that time, one day when he was doing his puja, sage Agastya came to the palace. Now, the rule is, even if you are doing Ishvara puja or even whatever yaga, whatever it is, if your guru comes, or maybe even any holy person comes, you have to leave everything and go and fall at the feet of the holy people and invite them, take care of their needs, then you can come and continue your puja. That is the rule. Now, Indradyamna was very proud that he was very, very sincere in doing his puja, and he forgot. He knew Agastya had come. He saw Agastya coming, and he wanted Agastya to see how well he is doing puja. he was arrogant, and he ignored Agastya's. He did not serve Agastya. He did not go and invite Agastya, and so that was a apachara. Now, for this sadhu apachara, now Agastya wanted to correct his disciple. So he said, like, you are very proud like an elephant, and you are very proud of your wealth that you have 108 lotuses to worship the Lord with. Now, be born as an elephant and be saved by worshipping the Lord. So that was kind of, so all these things are usually, when you appear, it appears as a curse from a worldly point of view, because a king is being asked to live the life of an elephant. It appears like a curse from the worldly point of view. But from a spiritual point of view, it is basically a blessing, because the guru knows what sadhana that the shishya needs. And if a particular sadhana needs the body of an elephant, then the guru blesses the disciple with the body of an elephant. So these are all basically, like, from the worldly point of view, they'll appear as a curse, but actually from a spiritual point of view, they are actually blessings. So even when Ahalya did the apachara, now Gautama Maharishi told, you live like a stone and you do sadhana. It is because of her beautiful form that Indra and others were coming and disturbing her in her sadhana. So in a way, Gautama Maharishi blessed her with the form of a stone so that she can do sadhana without being disturbed by Indra and others. And another advantage of being in the form of a stone is you are free from hunger and thirst and sleep and all that, which a living form has. So without being disturbed by hunger, sleep, thirst, and all these body-related distractions, she can do sadhana. So in a way, like, it's a blessing, right? And then he said, like, when your sadhana is complete, Rama will come, and by the touch of the dust from his feet, you will be revived, right? So what appears like a curse is actually a blessing from the spiritual point of view. So Agastya asked his disciple to live as an elephant, and he became an elephant, lived in the Trikuta forest, and he was leading the herd. And when the ripe time came, he got caught by a crocodile in the lake, and at the dire moment when nothing else worked, he could not come out. His friends could not help him. Like, he was fully stuck. Then he plucked one lotus from that pond nearby, and then he offered to the origin of this universe, who lives in the heart of all living beings. So that was his prayer, right? No name, nothing. Just as the, O Lord, if you are there, who is the origin of this universe and who lives in the heart of all living beings, please save me. And as that elephant offered a lotus, and the Lord came on the Garuda Vahana and saved him. So basically, like, whatever guru is higher than Ishvara himself. Serving the guru, serving holy people is higher than doing any puja to the Lord. It might be great yaga, it might be even Ashwamedha yaga, it might be Agnihotra, it might be Sandhya Vandana. Whatever Ishvara puja, however grand it is lower than worshipping holy people. Serving holy people, being in the company of holy people, is higher than any puja that can be done. Now, because the phala of doing puja is the company of holy people, right? It is by all the sadhana, all the puja and vrata and everything that you do, it is the result of that which will bring you to the company of holy people. And the holy people, that company will give you Atma Jnanam. That is the krama. That is the sequence, right? So, you have to seek the company of holy people. So, with this chapter is over, and we will see if there are any questions. Yes,
Namaste,
Lokesh.
sir.
Namaste, Lokesh.
Sir, actually, I think that you talked about this thing that it is for our education that the world is there.
Hmm.
So I wanted to know if it is education for us and fun for the Lord, or what will you say?
See, if you are aligned with the Lord's thought process, it is fun for you also, right?
Okay.
Right. See, you go to a gym and you work out, and when you are doing some cardio, your heart and lungs will say, "Why are you doing this? I'm struggling so much. I can't even breathe." Your heart will beat at high speed, and your heart muscles will keep scolding you. Your lungs will keep scolding you. Why are you troubling us so much? Right. But you know that it is for their own good. You know that for the health of the heart, for the health of the lungs, and for the health of the entire body, you have to do various exercises. You have to do weightlifting, you have to do cardio, you have to do endurance, you have to do everything. So you know it is good for them, but they don't know it is good for them. So that is why, like, the pain that you face when you in your muscles is basically they're crying, right? They keep crying and they say, "Why are you troubling us?" So it's like that. It is for our own good. Now, if we know that it is for our own good, then we will go through everything with gratitude and with peace of mind. And in fact, we will do it very sportively also, right? So being sportive is going through troubles, knowing that it is for a higher purpose. So I will willingly go through it. Not all physical pain is sorrow, right? When you go and work out in the gym and when you get some pain, you know that, okay, yeah, the muscles are expanding. Like the muscles, slight damage to the muscles is what builds up the muscle. So you know that that pain is actually a gain, right? So it's knowledge that makes all the difference. Trust in the Lord and know that everything is for your own good. He is the Suhrit, right? Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, he says, right? He is the real friend of all living beings. And everything happens by his will for your spiritual development.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा श्रीराम कृष्ण ओम शांति 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 हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्रीराम कृष्णार्पणमस्तु जय राम कृष्ण।